about bringing out all sides. I'm an artist, right? I'm an artist. We're all artists, though. Come on. It's how you, like, compose, how you create. So you can create yourself, and you can also create yourself new every day, right? So there's always that opportunity. But what's interesting to me is, well, starting to speak more, because I have all this stuff that wants to. I'm like a Care Bear. I got a lot to send out. When you've been like hiding away for years and then all of a sudden the floodgate just opens? Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what's happening right now. You might be feeling it too if you're sensitive, energetic. Things seem a little bit off out there. But the thing is, that's like looking at that 3D world. Don't get lost in that. I'm also saying, I get it. There's hard things happening, so it's like, don't ignore it. But how do you anchor yourself in hard times? Because they're probably gonna get harder. It's just where we're at. Um, so, so what you need to do is like dial it back into yourself. Hey, and this actually works. This advice works for like if you're trying to like find a direction in your creative work. Instead of like looking at all the external stuff, this idea, that idea, this idea, that idea. And I'm not saying don't get inspiration or don't get help if you need it. That's not what I'm saying. But I love personal power. I'm a big proponent for that. And freedom. Like, to me, art making really gives us freedom to express. And art making for me has really like brought back the words. Although the words were always there, but it's like the more I learned to trust myself through the art making process, the more I built up this internal confidence. And also, I would say the energy of the times is just kind of leading me here. My life has led me up to this point. All the hardships, all the heartbreak, all the pain, all the sorrow, all the misery, also all the joy and openness and elation and fun and silliness and humor and light, the darkness too, the confusion, the mystery, the magic, it's all here. So it's like, what channel do you want to tune to? It's just a choice. And we can always learn to open wider. Maybe that's all life and art are really teaching us, is how do we open deeper to our expressions? And how do we become into, like, if we've been hiding, how do we come into, this fullest expression of being? Because it's scary when, you're holding all this stuff. It's hard to sometimes let things go. But how do we open more, and what's important? So it's been the solstice, and I just would like to do a little drumming, and sometimes there's a vocalization song that happens naturally. I'm not really worried about what it is, but I'm staying present to having the moment, because the moment is always changing, right? So I think shamanism and even art making, all these things that tune us to the present moment, we have these openings and awarenesses, but we also don't want to get attached to what it is, right? It's when they say you're a hollow bone or a vessel for, spirit, or, a channel, all those words that could be used to describe such a thing. It's just like having a moment, and the way I work with an artwork is, letting all of it inform me, like all sides, including things that maybe we would push away. So I think it's through my spiritual and soulful practice where I learned to like really start to look. And of course, I'm not perfect and I still make mistakes. So I'm always doing this practice, and this year has been really hard for me. Extremely hard. And it actually still is. But I find the perseverance within that hard stuff, and had to really work with it privately and personally in order to be here now. But things aren't always as they seem, so there's a reorientation and a remembering and a return that can happen even in something that is horribly hard. I wanted to bring in the drum, and what we could do is we can learn to release what no longer serves us, and thank it for what it's taught us, right? It's a different way to look at it, and I'm not saying don't thank like traumas that are so horrendous, like but if you're ready to, then maybe you want to. It's just a choice. Because some things take longer to work out, and some things go more rapidly, and some things don't. But we can always readdress the situation from where we are at the current moment, and we can always release a little bit, even if we're not ready to release it all. At the same time as we're releasing, we learn to fill the space, with something new. So when you're going on this little journey for a minute, think about what you want to release and see it leaving you, let it go. Also think about what you want to bring in, and welcome that in. But thank what's leaving you, because it taught you something. Even if it wasn't the easiest thing, it's still here to teach you something. And maybe you don't know that yet, and maybe you never will, but it's about learning to live into that mystery of all things that are here, and keep showing up to the moment, right? And we can do that in an artwork, and that's exciting. But so this is about turning into all the expressions, and I'm starting to open that door for myself moving forward, because it feels important, and I don't want to hide anymore. I don't know about you, but hiding is hard and tiring, and I'm over it. So take a minute, close your eyes, take some deep breaths. You can follow the drum beat and the sound out to wherever it takes you. Just be open. Journey out, perhaps you get to a place. It can be any place. Once you get to a place, take what you want to release. See it as an image, a word, a symbol. However it appears to you is perfect. Whatever is arising, let it arise. Whatever is leaving, let it go. You don't have to know in order inside and find that thing that is calling you. Possibly is lighting up. Maybe an animal spirit is there. Whatever is arising and arriving is perfect. This thing is the thing you've been wanting. So, take that word, color, image, symbol, thought form, the thing that's arriving, bring that in to your being. Let it permeate that space of what you let go. Let it fill you up. When you feel it filling you up, possibly ask it a question. What is my next direction? What am I meant to do? The question can come from you. It doesn't have to be what I just said. When you feel like you've received an answer, thank the experience. Thank the time here for the releasing and the receiving and the remembering. So, when we go within, we can become the medicine and the offering, and learn that everything is here as it is. It doesn't mean we have to lose ourselves in the process. We can return to ourselves in the process. We can learn to create. We can continue to dream. We can awaken deeper and deeper over time, right? It's not a one and done thing. It's a lifetime and lifetime's adventure. So we can learn to create from all those places and spaces, whether it's an artwork, and a voice, and your personal expression, and how you want to live your life. It's all here for you. And we need all of you and us and the we, because no one person can solve what's going on. But we need to remember that it's not about the war within. In order to end that external war, gotta work on the war within, shedding all of that. And we do this through practices and through listening and through honest reflection, even though when it's really hard. I know it is. I do know. And also, it's just one perception, and maybe you have another perception, but we can learn to honor each other's path, and expression, right? Artworks teach us a lot about that. How do we open up to personal expression? Because sometimes we fear the other, and sometimes one is more accepted over the other. But that's a dangerous place to be in when you start picking and choosing and, not realizing that it all matters. Anyway, thank you for being here. I hope that whatever you received and released in the little session, it gives you something to like move forward into the new year, into 2024 with, because if you're feeling this like call and pull, where a lot of us are feeling it, the times are very activating in different kinds of ways, and you never know what's going to be around the corner waiting for you to step into. So just, keep making your work and stay tuned.